अगर इस परफॉर्मेंस को एक वर्ड में सम अप करना है ना, एक वर्ड में सम अप करूँगा ना ये परफॉर्मेंस को, it would be domination. And I know many people would be thinking I am wrong, और क्या बोल रहा है, बकवास बोल रहा है, I'm speaking bullshit, I don't know what I'm talking about, whatever it is. But to understand why I'm saying domination, it's not because dominating just does not mean that you are scoring 50 goals, like you are going all out attack. It's domination means you are doing something so perfectly, you are doing something so impressive that no matter what the opponent tries, they can't outperform you in that aspect. Domination in the sense that they can't outperform you in that aspect in which you are dominating. ये जो टैकल था, ये टैकल को अगर एक वर्ड में सम अप करूँ तो इट इज़ going to be, actually it's not one word, it's two words, but I would say it's a title winner. It's clutch. The one word that I would say is clutch. It's clutch because people would, if let's say in such moments a striker would have scored a bicycle, people would have gone crazy. क्या कर दिया, bicycle score कर दिया, the technique on the bicycle, ये once in a Puskas award, ये वो ऐसा. But nobody appreciates the fact that this tackle, not only was this a perfect tackle, it was a dying moment tackle in the 91st minute. It was a tackle which was, it did not harm the player, opposition wala player, it did not harm him. उसको येलो कार्ड तो छोड़ो, उसने अपील भी नहीं किया कि द टैकल वाज रॉन्ग और दैट द टैकल वाज illicit or the tackle was in somehow illegal. नहीं था. And in that moment, to do it in the 91st minute when your team is chasing a player, he's going to be one-on-one with the keeper and coming from the behind and doing this. I am sorry, I am sorry, personally sorry that Leganes, or I don't give a shit about Leganes, or I don't give a shit about Real Madrid. I am sorry for any team that has to prepare for Barcelona. If any team in Europe has to prepare for Barcelona this season, they aren't looking at the obvious. They aren't looking at like Rafinha, Lewandowski, Lamy. They have to look at every fucking aspect and every fucking position at the club, at the team, because you will not know what hits you once it hits you. Because Barcelona, I am not 100, I am 1,000% sure this team has the best players in every position in the world. They have the best players in every position, because every player is dominating their position, left, right, center. You can talk about the fullbacks. They have been providing goals, assists, key passes, crosses, defensively astute. The defenders giving long balls, building up the play from behind. Doing this team is dominating every aspect of football in every position on the pitch. ये ही एक word है मेरे पास, domination. I said the same thing versus Borussia Dortmund, and I will say the same thing again. This team is absolutely dominating everything. They have absolutely eaten everything on the plate. Goals, offensively, this team is the best in Europe. Midfield, the best in Europe. The only one that comes close is PSG. And defense, this team is one of the best in Europe. And that is what matters, because the other teams, if you talk about the teams that have conceded the least goals in this season, let's say Athletic Club, because Athletic Club and Atletico Madrid have conceded the least goals in this season, मैं बोलूँगा कि वो best defense in the world है. नहीं, I won't say that. Why? Is because even though उनके पास the best defense है, they've still conceded 24 goals. Atletico Madrid has conceded 29 goals. And what do they have to show for in the league? Atletico is third, Athletic Club is fourth or fifth maybe. You can't be the best in any position if you aren't dominating you aren't dominating the charts in that position. Obviously, Barca has conceded a bit more. They have conceded 29, but considering the fact that Barca has been playing a high line every game against any opposition, and every opposition Barca high line ही खेलेगी. Everyone knows it. and they still have conceded only 29 goals, guys. This isn't normal. It's not normal. It is not normal at all. Today, Jules Koundé had a rating of 8.1. I gave him a rating of 10 on 10 because what the guy did on the pitch, what he has been doing for the previous 102 matches, what he has been doing consistently, I don't think anyone in the world comes close to this guy as a defender, as a fullback, except for the players in Barcelona. But that's it. Nobody in the world, because defensively, this guy, nobody can beat him one-on-one. You had the likes of Mbappe, you had the likes of Vinicius, you had the likes of, you can bring him any player and he will eat him alive. कच्चा खा जाएगा, हर player को कच्चा खा जाएगा. मेरी गारंटी है, मैं bet कर दूं इसके ऊपर, he will not let any player have a successful night against him, because this guy, not only is he good defensively, this guy, he's good offensively. Assists, goals, shots, everything, crosses, everything. And still not being regarded as the best fullback in the world. I am sorry, but I am just sorry. That's all I have to say. A 17-year-old kid who is the leader of your defense. He's the leader of your defense, guys. Flick, the manager, says that Kubarsi is the leader of the defense. He wants to build the defense around Kubarsi. You have to be speechless. Gerard Martin, even though the guy is a substitute, every game that he comes up, give him his flowers, because this guy puts his all. He gives his life to the club. He gives his life on the pitch. Her game, he will give you 110, क्योंकि उसको पता है he is not as good as Balde, so he has to overperform, and he does, and the fucker does it every game. वो आदमी आ रहा है, वो आदमी भी नहीं है, लौंडा है, और वो आ रहा है डिफेंसिवली मास्टर क्लास ड्रॉप करता है. मे बी ऑफेंसिवली ही इज नॉट एज गुड, बट डिफेंसिवली मास्टर क्लास ड्रॉप करता है, एंड he will do his job on the pitch. He is a proper utility player. That is what you need in squad. You can't always have the likes of fucking Ramos and Maldini. You need utility players who will just do their job and leave. That is what you need. That is all you need. Frenkie de Jong, guys, this team was lacking one aspect in Europe and in La Liga, and just overall in the past 10 years, was the fact that they had no fucking fire in him. उनके गांड में आग जल ही नहीं रही है, उनके गांड में गूदा ही नहीं है कि उतनी आग जले, क्योंकि उनको फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है. बट व्हाट आई सॉ फ्रॉम फ्रेंकी डे जॉन्ग टुडे, गाइस, that was fucking, it was you know, liberating. क्योंकि Frenkie de Jong, you look at him at first glance, he's a good boy. उसको देख के कोई सोचेगा नहीं कि this guy would, you know, go and have a fight. He's not that kind of player, and I've seen him, like, you know, in the past 4 seasons, he's not that kind of player. But what I saw today was he is ready to, you know, go to fight. He's ready to be aggressive if the situation calls for it. That is what you need in your captain, guys. Araujo versus Dortmund, you could see the tackle, you could see the fucking defense that he did versus Dortmund. You can't come up with this shit. Szczesny, man of the match. He was the man of the match tonight. Szczesny. It is crazy what this squad keeps doing. Absolutely dominates every position by a margin. Every position by a margin, and that is why these guys are going to go and, you know, achieve whatever it is that they've set on their radar this season, because no matter which team comes up to them, they don't have the plan to stop them in one position. एक position के लिए भी, you could say that, you know, for Madrid we have the plan to stop them defense, like, you know, we have the defense so that they can not attack, or we have the attack that they cannot defend. Whatever it is, you have, every squad has some sort of, you know, they have a sort of weakness, but this squad, it does not. And on top of that, they will reinforce this team with a couple of signings, good players from La Masia, this, that. I am speechless right now, even though it was not a glamorous game. But agar you want to win titles, you have to win these games. The Leganes, the Bilbaos, the Getafes, the Mallorcas, these if you want to win titles, you have to win these games. That is it. मिलते हैं.